Picture standing on solid ground looking up at a sky that has no sun, no moon, and not even a horizon glow. Just absolute black, stars sharp as needles, and silence. This isn't a thought experiment about the end of the world. It's a real kind of planet, and there are more of them drifting through our galaxy than there are stars. They're called rogue planets, worlds that formed around a star like Earth did, then got flung out into interstellar space forever. During the chaos of a young solar system, planets shove each other around with gravity, and sometimes one gets kicked so hard it escapes its star completely. Multiply that across billions of star systems over billions of years, and you get an ocean of homeless planets. A 2023 survey using a technique called gravitational microlensing estimated that our galaxy could hold 20 times more rogue planets than there are stars, potentially trillions of them. Other studies have floated numbers even higher. Nobody agrees on the exact figure yet, but every method points the same direction. There are almost certainly more starless planets in the Milky Way than planets that orbit anything at all. In 2012, astronomers found one of the closest examples, a free-floating body called CFB-DSIR 2149, drifting about 100 light-years away, with no star anywhere near it. It doesn't shine by reflected light like Earth does. The only way to see it at all is in infrared, because it glows faintly with its own leftover heat. That leftover heat is the whole story here. So what would actually happen if you stood on one of these worlds? First, the cold. Without a sun, a rocky planet's surface temperature drops to somewhere around 30 to 40 Kelvin, colder than Pluto, cold enough that nitrogen and oxygen literally fall out of the sky as snow. Any atmosphere the planet once had freezes solid and settles onto the ground in a thin, frosty crust. But here's the twist. That frozen surface might just be a shell. Every rocky planet has heat left over from its own formation and from the slow radioactive decay of elements like uranium and thorium buried in its core. The exact same process that keeps Earth's interior molten today. On a rogue planet, that internal furnace never asks permission from a star. It just keeps burning for billions of years, regardless of whether anyone is around to feel the sunlight it isn't getting. Researchers have calculated that if a rogue planet has enough mass and enough water, that internal heat alone can keep a liquid ocean sealed beneath miles of ice, even while the surface sits barely above absolute zero. One influential 2011 study found that an Earth-like rogue world roughly 3.5 times more massive than Earth could maintain a liquid ocean under about 8 kilometers of ice using nothing but geothermal heat. They half-jokingly named this kind of world a Steppenwolf planet, a lone wanderer of the galactic steppe. This isn't just theoretical extrapolation, we already know this trick works, because Jupiter's moon Europa and Saturn's moon Enceladus do it right now, hiding oceans under ice using tidal heat instead of starlight. If a rogue planet gets ejected with a large moon still attached, the two can keep gravitationally tugging on each other, generating the same kind of tidal flexing that keeps those moons warm inside, no sun required. And an ocean sealed away from starlight forever is not necessarily a dead ocean. On Earth's own seafloor, entire ecosystems thrive around hydrothermal vents in total darkness, running on chemical energy from the rock itself rather than sunlight. Tube worms, strange shrimp, and bacteria that eat minerals instead of light, none of them have ever seen the sun and none of them need it. If that same chemistry exists at the bottom of a rogue planet's buried ocean, there's no obvious reason life couldn't get started there too. There's an even stranger possibility for the surface itself. In 1999, planetary scientist David Stevenson proposed that a rogue planet with an extremely thick hydrogen atmosphere could trap its own internal heat so effectively that surface temperatures might climb high enough for liquid water, even in the total absence of a star. Nobody has confirmed a real planet like this exists yet, but the physics checks out, which means somewhere out there, a rogue world might have open water under a sky that has never once seen daylight. Standing on a world like this would feel less like visiting another planet and more like visiting the bottom of an alien ocean that happens to have gravity and a horizon. No sunrise, no seasons, no blue sky, just billions of years of quiet internal warmth doing all the work that a star does for us. It's a reminder that a solar system might not be the only place life gets to try its luck. The unsettling part is that some scientists think our own solar system may have ejected planets of its own billions of years ago, worlds that could still be out there right now, dark, cold, and utterly alone, carrying oceans we'll never see. NASA's Roman Space Telescope, launching soon, is specifically designed to hunt for these wanderers and finally tell us how many are really out there. If you want to see what it finds, subscribe because this is one mystery the galaxy is about to start answering.